Hello, my name is Creostix, and welcome back to Get Even, where things have gotten from weird to super weird and creepy, and we've learned that Howard tried to pressure us to working for him to bring down Ramsey here, but as at least so far according to the memory, we refused. Now let's see what happens.
So much time, so much energy figuring out who's to blame, yet you never stop to consider yourself.
Grace was speaking to Ramsey through me. I thought of that a couple of videos ago, that was possibly the case. And you know, they're pointing at the puppet master who... So here's the thing, the game also really hard told me that I'm the puppet master, but apparently no. So, or at least that's what it feels like now. Really? I can't... Oh, it does open. But he's not really there. He's not in this world with me, is he? It can't be so simple. Or at least... Or actually, it can't be so complex.
What the fuck? Ramsey! What's going on?
I'm put it, closing the asylum.
How are you doing this? What is this place?
Was that me? My No, it wasn't, because I had a different kind of a face in the flashback, or maybe it's still... I don't know. I really don't know anymore. It was either...
This place again. What's it all about this time?
It could have been me, though, sitting there. That's a possibility I have to take into consideration. It looked different, but the character models are a bit interesting in this. I don't know. I'm not sure. And there wasn't anything to interact with in this drafty place. I thought I saw something, but apparently no. Okay, good. Oh, hey, hello? Lots of text. Implanting memories. After the breakthrough made in 2013, a team of researchers led by Susumu Tonegawa, winner of the Nobel Prize of Physiology in Medicine or Medicine in 1987, managed to implant a false fear-related memory directly into a mouse's brain. The implications of such memory editing in human test subjects were immediately clear, particularly in patients suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Co-author of Tonegawa's study, Steve Ramirez, says, "We can begin asking questions that were once the realm of philosophy. Yet the scientific community remains divided on just how ethical such experiments would be. If painful memories can be simply wiped from a person's mind, to what extent might it alter our natural psychological coping mechanisms? To what extent would it change the very nature of who that person is, and to what extent could it interfere with what it means to be human?" So we're going beautiful mind here then. Or no, sorry, not beautiful mind, the eternal sunshine of the spotless mind. Sorry. Yeah. Huh. Curious. Okay, and can't use the computer, but we can check out this stuff. Body found in a warehouse by Brian Scott. The body of a 40-year-old man was found in an abandoned warehouse near Route 10 on Monday. Detective Chief Inspector Edwin Hughes said, "It appears that the victim was shot from close range, but we don't yet know how long the body was there before we found it. The autopsy is scheduled on Friday, but it's quite possible that we have a murder case on our hands. No specific details about the victim's identity have been released yet." That isn't me, is it? Did I die at the hands of Hughes's men? And then Ramsey pulled me and restarted my brain with his VR machine? I mean, I might be completely off, but just a thought. I hope I'm wrong, though. It would be... I don't even know what I hope anymore. Questioning. Jasper Prado's death remains unexplained. Chadwick is certain it was a drug-related crime. I've questioned both Jared Porter and Ethan Hamilton. Chadwick talked to John Linden and Albert Hall, but it doesn't seem we're making any progress. More names popped up in Prado's phone record, but the guy was a dealer, and it looks like almost all of his friends were his clients. Bart Fair. Yeah, I mean, I know. Jasper was found in the warehouse, I think. Yep, that's been hammered home. But why would it now be all of a sudden here again, unless it was somehow really, really important? Also, can I? Nope. Okay. Cole Black. Upon leaving the military 7 years ago, it seems Black lost years of his life to alcohol and occasionally even drugs. In order to fund his lifestyle, he took small-scale security jobs where he began to develop something of a reputation. Word spread about his ability and willingness to fight should the situation call for it, which ultimately led to work as a contracted killer. Over time, Black left the alcohol behind in favor of the thrill of his new work. Though his contracts pay well, Black seems to use the money only to gauge the importance of the contract and the seriousness of the client. Psych reports suggest Black is a walking contradiction, unable to kill without feeling wrought with guilt, yet only able to find purpose in life through killing no known family or friends. Have I read all of these before then? Because that I really am pretty sure I have. Is it trying to drive home a point? I forgot that Black was a contract killer. I've been playing this for a while in a lot of different days. I forgot that part. That's just slipped my mind. It was so early on. To the asylum we go, hey? Yay! Although he closed it, so what's... Right.
I'm afraid I haven't been quite straight with you, Black. My apologies.
No shit.
Once and for all, what the fuck is going on, Ramsey? Where am I now?
My memories, Mr. Black. Interacting with someone wearing the Pandora can sometimes create what I call synaptic bleed. Two-way traffic, if you will. A flaw in the technology.
Right.
And the asylum?
Oh, forgive me. The asylum was necessary.
Son of a bitch. That whole thing was just some big illusion.
That was clear, though.
Simulation would be the correct term.
Right.
The construct was of my own design, intended to keep your adrenaline at the optimum level for the technology to function efficiently.
Huh.
Mate. Patients of yours.
The patients were nothing to do with me. I just provided the simulation. But the mind has a wonderful way of filling in the gaps. I show you a creepy old asylum, your mind populates it with lunatics.
Yep, I
Likely
realized.
just half-remembered characters from your life. Sometimes even films and books. Predictable, perhaps, but not unexpected.
So you tricked me. This whole thing was a lie.
You knew
Want to
that.
talk about lies, Mr. Black? Whose lies and tricks would you rather discuss? Mine or yours?
How about both?
I don't know what you mean.
You know exactly what I mean.
Well, I don't know yet, but we'll see, because I got... Oh! Lovely! Great. Can't take the phone out, though. I'm still... Oh! Oh, the butterfly in the painting again.
This is Grace's room. You remember her, Black? The girl you tried to save. My daughter.
Right.
Of course!
Then why were you there? You were my employee, Black. My head of security. You knew my daughter had been taken and you said nothing.
I don't remember!
I don't believe you.
Well, my memory is damaged, as you can probably... You know that much, so... That means... You're letting emotion cloud your judgment, Mr. Ramsey, because... You're possibly not doing the most optimal job of trying to find out what happened if you...
What about Lenore, my wife? What about her, Black?
I don't know what you want me to say!
She left me, Black. She blamed all this on me.
I know.
It wasn't my fault. I refuse to accept responsibility for the actions of some terrorist.
Tell me what you know. All I know of her is what I've seen here, in your memories. I'm sorry, I can't help you.
Right. The point is, at least Grace seems to probably blame him as well. At least, or Red's own guilt blames himself by the voice of Grace or something. That's what I'm discerning from this.
What about this man, Black? You remember him?
I remember you, Ramsey. And I am sorry for what you've been through. But I tried to help. I just didn't get there soon enough. Please, let me go.
Is that what you want, Black? To be let go?
Of course, we had a deal.
Let you go? Happy to, of course. But let me ask you this. Are there any circumstances under which you would not wish to be let go?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Do I die if I leave the simulation? Is my next question.
Welcome to my office, Mr. Black. Have a look around. I'm sure you'll be able to make sense of everything.
That's my assumption, but let's see. I can't take out the phone, so let's try to have a look around the place then. Okay. Files, mugs, fast food, I think. Books about brain, computers. Can't press anything. Nope, okay. And the frame rate takes a bit of a dip when I go here, for some reason. Maybe it's, I don't know. Let's see. So that's me then. In a respiratory machine thingy, mabob. Yep.
What the fuck? This is me. More of your scare tactics, Ramsey. Well, it won't fucking work. Not anymore.
You say you don't remember anything else? That you've told me everything? Then I don't need you anymore.
You don't need me.
If only you'd been a little more cooperative, things might have been different. Goodbye, Mr. Black.
Wait! I can still
Thanks
help!
for the memories.
Robert! Don't do this! I'm sorry! I'm sorry for everything! Wake me up! Please! Just wake me up!
I do wonder if I would have changed if I would have been super silent in all the stealth sections. I hope not. Because if you lock a sort of a good ending behind stealth sections, that's bullshit. But I hope not. I hope that's the way it was always gonna go. Fuse problem solution methodical. Samson released. Right. Leonard Shelby killed. I can't remember which one that was. ADS break-in. Careful. Sure. Boyce spared. Right. Conflict What do you expect me to do with conflict? What do you mean proceed? Yes or no? Right, so it's showing me the quote-unquote choices I've been making, but come on. I have a really bad feeling about that then, because if it indeed locks stuff like a good ending or something out, by means of shitty-ass stealth sections with shitty-ass mechanics, with no manual saving. That's a rusty nail through the hand of an otherwise good and interesting hand, if that makes any sense. What if I say no? I'll try that. No. Subject largely rebellious and antagonistic. Right?
Audit phase complete. Cerebral link, patient number Black 001. Pandora unit terminal disconnect. Would you like to commence archive data review, Dr. Ramsey?
Yes. Switch to Savant unit playback. Begin the review. Oh, and Hope, could you also fire up the coffee machine?
Doctor, prior to review, my medical recommendation would be the implementation of a minimum 4-hour rest period. Further caffeine intake will only delay fatigue, not arrest it.
Then make it a double shot. 3 sugars. I also need a baseline memory to carry out the review. Which was the most stable from those recorded?
That would be this. Cached on initial Pandora system startup of patient Black 001.
Good. Then let us explore a complete memory before we review the broken. Proceed with interactive playback.
File name Grace Kidnap. Okay. So I can inspect that stuff if I wanna. Grace kidnapping investigate, yeah. Right. Well, that's lovely. And nasty. I'm really worried, though. I'm really rebelling against the idea, indeed, of having stealth sections which will then profile the player in a way to have a bad outcome. That is bullshit. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if it'll change the plot. But if it does, that's horrible. That's horrendously bad. God. I mean, sure, it's probably fairly, well, well, it's not unique in the sense that there's Dishonored does the same thing in High Chaos and Low Chaos, but Dishonored has manual saves. If you're gonna do a good, bad ending or plot moment or whatever based on how one does in stealth sections, either have manual saves or don't make a video game. Like, I'm at the same time I'm intrigued and exceptionally disappointed. I was worried that would happen, and it fucking did. Ugh. Operation and usage. Once back inside the memory, by using a deep computational algorithm based on Maslow's hierarchy of needs, projected behavioral paths of least resistance. Known real-world outcomes and impartial observation, the operator is able to evaluate the most likely outcome of the stored memory. This extra review phase nullifies any inaccuracies of the subject's memory, strips all active anomalies within the synaptic recall, and allows a trained operator to extract the truth from any given memory with a current success rate of 90% accuracy. Sure, up to. Audit and review protocol. As a direct answer to the inherent inaccuracies of human memory, use of the Pandora Savant is split into 2 phases, audit and review. In the audit phase, the Pandora operator subtly guides the consciousness of the subject, allowing them to openly and freely explore the locations, paradigms, details, and structures of any given memories. Knowing the foundations of memory to be accurate, but the finer details to be questionable, the operator records the subject memories, which are then held by the Savant device for later use. Throughout this audit phase, the operator is encouraged to remain impartial, not to influence the subject, and allow their consciousness to freely explore the desired memory pathways unhindered and with a minimum of guidance or suggestion, which is not what you did, Red. At this stage, anomalies and inaccuracies are expected, but the audit phase is used to gather information only. Multiple returns to the same memory during audit is encouraged, as further exploration of any given synaptic pathway will yield more evidence for evaluation during review. The review phase is undertaken by the operator alone, without the need for an active Pandora subject, yet only once the audit is complete. Once the desired memories have been adequately explored by the subject and recorded on the Savant, the operator then reaccesses these memories. Right. So I'm gonna go back to the memories as Red, as Ramsey, to look at shit. I don't know. Current problems with the tech. Although far in advance of the first stage prototype, the Pandora Savant still has some critical flaws which are yet to be ironed out of the design. Anomia, also known as tip-of-the-tongue syndrome, is an unfortunate side effect in some subjects when interacting with the Pandora Savant. This takes the form of mild amnesia in some subjects, or an inability to recall any context or details about an accessed memory. The subject subconsciously understands that an explored memory is important but cannot consciously understand why. This phenomena is combated by the review process but not mitigated entirely. It is believed that forgetting is a natural defense mechanism of the brain, stopping humans from dwelling on and reliving traumatic experiences from their past. With reference to the Pandora unit, it is believed that this is the natural reaction and rejection of the brain toward the Pandora process and technology. Synaptic bleed, a flaw of the technology which occurs during the audit phase due to the subject's mind being explored and the operator's mind observing, both being hooked up to the Pandora Savant for this opening phase. It has been recorded that the operator's memories will sometimes bleed into and overlay the memories and in-machine experiences of the subject. This phenomena has not yet been corrected. While this can be stripped out with some success during review, this two-way traffic is wholly undesirable, yet unfortunately unavoidable with the current iteration of the tech. Very well then, that's a lot of lore dumping. Active memory access. Due to the constraints of the audit phase, the operator guiding the rogue consciousness through echoes of their own memory, the subject's mind will only interact with memories they want to. This means that the operator must carefully guide the subject into the memories the operator wants to explore. Herein lies the difficulty of the operator's role. This is helped by introducing the subject to as many past stimuli as possible, such as photographs or newspaper clippings based on and used to stimulate past memories. Unintentional religious experience, a crippling side effect which can only be viewed as extreme mental collateral damage. Certain less psychologically robust subjects have reported feelings of deep euphoria, epiphany or snap enlightenment, and a feeling of presence from a higher being observing and judging their actions. While these are all explainable facets of the Pandora process, they also form the quantifiable backbone of a real-world religious experience and conversion. As such, long-term test subjects can fall onto a spectrum where at one end they develop curious, repetitious, and superstitious behavior, while at the other they find and give themselves over to a form of godlike ideology. Well... Oh, and there's number 1 papers, I feel. I want to check the left one first, thanks. Operation and usage. The brain is the most complex structure in the universe, and the foundation... Oh, I beg to differ. And the foundation of that structure is memory, Dr. Robert Ramsey. Originally developed as a read-only device, the initial prototype of the Pandora headset allowed the operator to view the memories of any given subject. However, this read-only aspect was quickly realized to be flawed due to the fallibility of human memory recall. For so long, memory research has centered around the belief that our minds are like photo albums. All we need to do to recall a memory is mentally access the correct album and then view the perfect memory snapshot inside. Yet modern research has shown this to be false. In truth, when we recall a memory, we are recalling the last time we remembered that specific memory and not the event that caused the memory. This means that rather than a photo album, our minds work more like a computer filing system. Each time we recall a memory, we open it, make changes, and then save those changes ready to recall at a later date. Every time we recall a memory, the original is written over with subtle and distinct differences. With reference to the Pandora device, this was immediately realized to be a glaring flaw in the tech. If a subject's eyewitness reports of their own memories cannot be trusted, how can an operator assess the truth in their findings? This hurdle led to the Stage 2 prototype, the introduction of the Savant Recorder, and the formulation of the Audit Review Protocol. Savant Recorder. The introduction of the Savant was a major breakthrough for the Pandora project. If the Pandora headset reads memories via simulation and visualization of electrical stimulus to the existing synaptic pathways, then the Savant dynamically captures and records these memories for solo exploration and evaluation by an impartial operator at a later date. This implementation of the Savant Recorder with the existing reader device has resulted in the current internal project codename Pandora Savant. Dudes, you're dropping too much lore text. It's curious, but that's a lot. Okay, I'm wondering, do I jump into this into the thing through the computer screen in the middle, or do I do it from somewhere deeper in the room or something? I think it's through the computer screen. Ooh. Ooh, wow. That's a lot of stuff to... Oh, wait, is that still also something? There we are. Number 1. Development and purpose. The question is not, do we false memories? The question is, how false are our memories? Dr. Robert Ramsey. Developed by Dr. Robert Ramsey for future deterrence technologies, the Pandora unit is a cutting-edge interrogation device currently in second stage prototype, designed as the answer to the present challenges faced by the military and homeland security. The Pandora unit probes the memories of civilian victims and suspected sleeper cell agents to effectively gather evidence and find answers within the current climate of homegrown and international terrorism. A humane modern solution to an inhumane modern problem. It is believed that utilization of this technology, both at home and abroad, will exponentially cut civilian casualties in the theater of war, and destroy any sense of mistaken identity when dealing with potential terror suspects, a factor common in current armed drone deployment, due to the inaccuracies of facial recognition technology. Sure. So I hope that's all of them. And I got a feeling that's the way to go forward then. But I am all out of time for this episode here, and I gotta, melt down all those lore dumps and ideas in my head for a hot second, and I will be continuing this later on, and I do hope you've enjoyed this, and if you have, please do drop a like or a comment, or even subscribe or share if you want to. It would really, really help, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.